Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back to Scribe Gaming. I thought I'd do a quick video on how I tackle the Ground War Assault Battles Challenge Tier 2. Let's get into it. Okay, so normally this is the team that I would use to pass this tier, but in this instance I'm actually going to do a switch up here, just because I appreciate not everybody will have an R7 General Skywalker, so we're actually going to take in General Kenobi instead. Let's actually have him in the back though. So yeah, I'm going to go with Jedi Knight Revan. His lead is kind of the only viable option I feel for this challenge. Hermit Yoda is good for his master's training. Shakti, fantastic character all round. She'll counterattack. She'll focus taunts. She will heal up. She dispels on a basic. Grandmaster Yoda is also a linchpin in this event. You need him to be spreading the buffs. And then you've got General Kenobi there to face tank all the damage. So we'll start off the event and we'll take about 1,000,003 hits. That's unfortunate. We're not going to continue with that run. Unfortunately, if you proc your saver too soon, it's just not a good start. So I'll just go in again. You want to try and hold on to your saviour really until wave 4 to make things a lot more comfortable. That's more like it. So what we're going to do here is we are going to focus the taunt over on GK, give him crit hit immunity as well. And here we go with the important part of the event. So I'm actually going to focus down this B1 battle droid straight away. Now then, we do have Moment of Glory in this event. Now this will pass basically every positive buff that you can ever want onto the person that uses it. And obviously Yoda, they also give you a bonus in, Yoda can then spread those buffs to everybody else. But also over here we can see this Overcharge Tier 3. Now that gives a lot of temporary protection and basically makes you invincible for the rest of the game. So you steal that and you pass all those buffs. Now you don't have to worry about dying, ever. So let's just go ahead and focus down that B1 battle droid. We're going to pass this Master's Training over to Kenobi first, just to make him more tanky. And I'm going to see if I can turn the turn meter back. No such luck there. Nobody particularly needs heals. So let's just get this shield generator droid out of the way. We will pass this turn meter over to Yoda. I want to try and get another Master's Training as soon as possible. And then we can do this again. So do that cycle of moves. You use your Moment of Glory, you do an AoE to steal the Overcharge buff, and then you spread the buffs. After that, you can just use a basic to speed up your turn meter. Obviously, I didn't get it then, but generally speaking, you'd hit someone who is above 50% hit points with Yoda and gain that 40% TM boost. Save your direct focus until the next round. Yeah, let's go ahead and call in Yoda. Now I'm going to save it now and just use basics. Going into wave 2, it's actually quite a tricky wave because there's no way to get that overcharge protection buff, and the B1s that you face deal a lot of damage. So I'll see that just as we go into it in a second now. Once we've gone through that, I like to save my abilities at the moment, just using basics, because I want to be able to force the taunt over on Kenobi if need be. I want to have my heals ready if need be. Oop, that was a misclick. Not particularly important. Okay, so here we go into wave 2. This is the only really important round we've got to think about before going into the final area. Luckily for us, it looks like they focused down GK a lot there. Okay, so I'm going to use the heal here from Hoda, pass the Foresight up, because you can see the amount of damage that these guys are doing. That's a Relic 4 GK. So I'm going to heal him up, because we want to try and make sure that he doesn't die. Okay, and once again, I'm going to pass this round, get him lots of health. We're going to use the Moment of Glory. We might as well use the AoE, and then we will spread buffs. Now that should make him survive for the rest of it. What you want to do after that is you just want to focus on one battle droid at a time. Because they assist, it's best to try and get rid of them in one go rather than spreading the damage. It's really dangerous at the start, obviously. but once you've sort of whittled down the numbers, it becomes a lot more manageable. As you can see now, it's not really much of an issue when there's 2 of them down. So I'm going to get the crit hit immunity on GK over there, and I will speed up the rest of this gameplay, and we can pick it up in the next wave, where I'll go over a few more important pointers. I'll see you guys there. Okay, so we're coming into wave 3 here. Now this one's a little bit tricky with all these B2 battle droids and their ability to remove buffs. So I'm not going to force the taunt on GK at the moment. I'm actually going to strip the bonus, the overcharge buff off that one B2 so that we can actually deal some damage. Now it's very important that you remove that buff immunity whenever you can, because we want to be able to pass buffs to our guys, namely or the Moment of Glory buffs and the overcharge buff. So we've managed to cycle back around, and this will be the final Master's Training that we need to land. Okay, so we're going to do our usual cycle here: Moment of Glory, AoE, and then spread those buffs. Now in this scenario, we should have a direct focus with JKR. So we want to focus it on the battle droid that doesn't have the overcharge buff, and we want to take it out. That's what we really want to do here, is we want to try and make sure that we are getting rid of the B2 battle droids first, because they will pass the buff immunity, and that's what you don't want. I like to leave this shield generator droid alive, so it can keep spreading this buff, and we can keep passing it to our teammates. Shaak Ti is going to be removing it, which makes our lives a lot easier. So we'll remove it off that one. There's still 2 on the field, so we'll be able to steal it with Yoda. And we still are able to take out the B2 Super Battle Droid without issue. So there we go, we'll use our cycle there, and everybody's going to survive. So now we'll just focus down this B2 Super Battle Droid, take him out. After that, this wave is really not a problem. Now, when we're going into the next wave, we do need to make sure of a few things. Namely, we want to make sure that we've got as many abilities off cooldown as possible, and we've got a lot of turn meter on JKR. We need the General Grievous that we face in this next wave is incredibly lethal, and we have to deal with him in the right way. So I'm going to focus down the Super Battle Droid now, because we will have that buff ready from the shield generator very soon. So it's all about managing the aggro, the buffs, and the turn order. So let's go ahead, heal up GK. We want him to be as healthy as possible going into the next round. Get rid of the buff immunity on JKR. Strange that this shield generator droid, which has that neutral tag there, is not passing the buffs, which is very odd, and it's making us take more damage than we should. I'm going to save Yoda's ability there, because we can use that in the next wave. They are very tanky. Okay, so right now we're looking at going into the next round. He's finally passed that buff up. So I'm actually going to focus down on the shield generator droid. Not going to use that buff from Yoda. Yeah, let's clean that off. Okay, so this is where we really want to be looking at TM and trying to think, how can we get to... I think we just triggered Savior there. That's really unfortunate. Okay, let's do the cycle here. We'll be able to cycle around to that very quickly, because it only takes 1 off turn. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so right now we need to try and get JKR up to as much turn meter as possible without him taking a turn. This isn't going to work. He's going to take a turn next. Okay, so in this scenario, if I were to turn meter swap with GK here, it should give him decent turn meter. Actually, no. Let's turn meter swap with Shaak Ti. She should kill him. Okay, great. So now, going into this wave here, this is really the ideal scenario. You've got General Grievous, none of them have taken a turn, he doesn't have the buff, we've got our direct focus straight away. Smash that on General Grievous, he won't be able to get the overcharge buff that's incoming shortly. We're going to preempt this, because we'll be able to get it the next round. We just need to make sure that we deal as much damage as humanly possible to GG and take him out as quickly as possible. So let's do this. Pretty good. So there's the heal immunity. Use the cleanse on GK. Here we go. This is why we saved this ability. So we'll be able to focus down General Grievous once again, and he's out of there. Now, we're still not out of the woods yet, but we're in a very good position now. So I like to focus down the commandos. We'll strip off his overcharge buff, and then we'll focus him down. Now we'll go around, we'll use this nice little moment of glory attack routine, and that will basically mean nobody dies. Once GG is out of there, it's more or less over. Just focus down one droid at a time. Try and cycle back around to direct focus when you can. And yeah, just make sure everybody is as healthy as possible. The rest of the battle is not particularly difficult, but I will pick up with you guys as we're going into the final round, and we'll see how we handle that. Thanks guys, see you there. Okay guys, so we're coming back in now to the last wave. As you can see, during that, I think it was wave 5, I got incredibly unlucky at the start of the wave, and the Geonosian soldiers there focused down my GMY immediately and killed him off straight away. Normally that would be catastrophic. You know, you need GMY to really survive this event. But to be honest, once you've taken out the GG wave, the rest of this is not actually that difficult. So we should be able to finish this off anyway, even without Grandmaster Yoda going into the final phase. As usual, you want to make sure that you've got your abilities off of cooldown going into that last wave, and try and get as much TM as you can on JKR. Okay, so in this wave, what I would normally advise you do is focus down Asajj as a priority, because she can be a real pain. And she's also quite squishy compared to the rest, so I'd go ahead and mark her. I'm not worried in this particular comp about the bonus protection, because we always can dispel that with Shakti on her basic. This is why I think she's a fantastic investment, no matter what the scenario really. Keep my GK nice and healthy, call in the assist. Let's just try and take her down. The most important thing really is to just whittle down the amount of DPS that this squad can do. Once Asajj is out of there, they don't really deal a whole lot of damage. Magna Guard you don't have to worry about. Poggle really doesn't do anything. This is pre the rework of the Geonosians, so you know we don't have extortion from Newt. We don't really have to worry too much. If they would stop focusing on my JKR, I'd be a lot more comfortable. But hey, what can you do? So I'm going to focus on Poggle next, because he is the next squishiest. So we might as well try and take him out as soon as possible. Force the taunt over there on GK. Like I said, Shakti is such a great character. Always worthwhile investing in her. Let's just try and heal up a little bit. Once you've taken out Asajj, it's just a case of methodically whittling down whoever's left, really. You can see GK with Retribution under JKR lead is pretty much unkillable. It comes close a couple of times, but usually there's enough survivability in this particular lineup that we don't really have to worry about it. There goes Dooku doing his thing, but GK can tank with the best of them. Let's go ahead, continue focusing on Poggle. Obviously this would be so much quicker if I still had Grandmaster Yoda, because he'd be passing all those buffs, upping the DPS, increasing the survivability. But like I said, I don't actually think after the wave 4 with General Grievous, I don't think he's actually necessary. So what we could choose to do now is take out the droid to stop him passing that buff, but I don't know, I'm not that fussed. So I'm going to keep GK as healthy as possible and start focusing on Dooku, because he's the only other person in this whole lineup that actually poses any threat. Let's call the assist. Can we take him out? Beautiful. At this point, I just put it on auto. Okay, guys, well, I hope that was helpful to some people and hope you learned a little bit. This was tier 2. My JKR is only G12. Hoda, I believe, is only G9, maybe? Shakti is Relic 5, and GK is Relic 4. My GMY is G12. The gear levels really just help the survivability. Some alternatives you can use is Bastila Shan, not as a lead, but in a support role. She'll provide, additional buffs, as well as buff immunity and the stripping of buffs off characters. You can also use Gas as a very solid addition, because he will increase the damage output quite significantly. Who else could you use? You could use JKA. There's quite a lot of options. Really, you just want to make sure that you've got enough survivability and enough damage, and make sure you've got GMY there to pass those buffs in the early stages. Okay guys, thanks very much for watching. Please check out some of my other videos, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace out.